Hey, what's up? It's me, Phil, and welcome to Corruption Review. Today we're going to review a stockpile of Godzilla, Monster of Monsters, on the NES by Xoxeyos. And if that sounds familiar, it's because this is a reworked and improved stockpile. Bit of a disclaimer, this is a review. My comments are criticism. And also, I just recorded this video and I forgot to unmute my microphone, which means that I will not be surprised by anything that I see here because I've already reviewed it. I'll just check them again, one by one, and attempt to give the same exact commentary that I did 15 minutes ago. Damn it. If you've already submitted a stockpile before and you have improved it, overhauled it, or straight up remade it from scratch, feel free to submit it again, or the new one. I love reviewing stockpiles, but mostly I love seeing people improve. And improvement is important, and that's how you grow up as a creator of corruptions, or really anything. So yeah, improvement is the key. That's how you get better. Wow, cool, awesome. Let's get into it. So first one's called Whistle Intro. Somebody had a good time on the whistle synth. Yes, correct. We have the intro and the one of the instruments is pitched up, and it's really fucky, and that's great. Next one is called Mystery Music, Variant Fight. So the game is paused. It says, this one is certainly something. It mixes a mashed up version of the password screen music and some other music, possibly the boss music. In this moment, Variant was hit with an atomic breath, splitting their head, leading to this result. Yeah. We have invented lore for the corruption. Okay. The corruption's great. It's just that, having already reviewed it in the past, my enthusiasm has kind of dipped down a tiny little bit. But it's great. I mean, yeah. Spaceship repeat. The end of the spaceship is just repeating itself. When you hit a wall, until you hit a wall that fails you to bring you to the next area, yes. So yeah, the tile set is gonna repeat, and eventually it. Oh, I didn't get that before; it didn't crash. Well, what I had before was that the screen stopped scrolling. Well, that's kind of the same. That one is, it's style vomit. It's not, Waves in motion. Absolutely insane wave effect. Yes, that is not something you see every day. We have some kind of a noise effect, both in the audio and in the video, and it is certainly quite something unusual on the technical perspective. It's cool to see. There's not a lot to it, but still cool to see. Pin in ear, creepy music. I tried sanitizing this, but I didn't get any satisfactory results. Wait about 10-15 seconds for the audio to repeatedly short itself out. Yes, that is indeed a weird corruption of that song. If you compare it to the original, that's very different. And the noise channel is going haywire on this one. Yeah, that's all right. Hit once, girl face, easy points. So it says to look at the top right here. You can see two eyes, a mouth, hair. That is indeed a girl face, it would seem. I like how this corruption shows how they manage to, you know, the NES has a limitation in terms of how big the sprites can be and how they can display them. And Godzilla is clearly like a mix of many sprites that are moving. But no, I want to go back. But what's really interesting is that the other enemy is actually on the background layer. It is not using the sprites. It's animated in the background, and the entire background shifts, like it's scrolling the entire screen. This is an interesting thing that the developers did to overcome the limitations, because otherwise, with two gigantic sprites like this, like they're not gigantic sprites, they're like big grids of smaller sprites. But with this much in the screen, moving like that, if there were sprites, there will be a lot of flickering, and there's none. And you can see with the garbage in the back that this is the background layer. Pretty cool. Jump and kill. Yeah, that's the one that I never managed to get working. He just goes away. Sorry, it never worked for me. Cool glitch intro 4. The colors are warped as fuck. Yep. It's spazzing out. But really there's not much more to it. I think it crashes. I don't remember. The bad intro, probably the best corruption in the stockpile, in my opinion, on the rare occasion. Yeah, it did crash. But this one doesn't crash and turns the word monster into a rainbow. Yes, the music is fucky. Yep. That's that never ceases to make me laugh. Seizure moment. Yes, this one. It's just that. Spinning whirlwind of colors. This is... No. No. Don't do that. This is... You don't want to do that. Because not only is there nothing in there, but you know exactly what you're doing. If someone with epilepsy was to look at this, they would get a seizure. That's not funny. You don't joke about that. There's really nothing in there other than, haha, seizure flashy colors. Don't do that. That's not cool. The Toho Abomination. Wait for the word monster to appear. Yeah, you said in this that you can see the pixels loading, which you're probably referring to these lines here. These are not the pixels loading. The tiles are already loaded. It's just that something is there's a line that goes up and down really fast, and it goes on top of these. It's not loading. This one I like. It's a cool music corruption. Pretty nice. I think this one was in the other version. That one's a classic. However, it's funny, but the note is like, why? A hunt. Yes, these are the cool music corruptions. Creepy. Creepy. Masterpiece. This. Now that's a music corruption. That is beautiful. If you were thinking of submitting that to Chifferness, go for it. That's I love this. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to recap the things that I said earlier. By the way, I'm sorry if my enthusiasm isn't like all there. I already reviewed this stockpile like 20-30 minutes ago. It's just that then I checked the recording and I realized, shit, my microphone was muted the entire time. So like, I have no surprise on the second review. You gotta understand that. But yeah, basically, there is a solid improvement in the general quality versus the last version of this stockpile. You know how to sanitize stuff, and at least the things are clearly named. One thing I should say is there's too many notes, and some of them are just like, I know you're trying to be funny, but like it's kind of distracting. Like in this moment, Varun was hit with an atomic breath, splitting their head and leading to this result. Yes, but also that's not explaining what the corruption is. It's just you fabricated lore, which is alright, I guess. It's just that if you look at this, there's a note in every single one of them. You don't need a note in every single one of them. And you don't need to say cool music corruption number 1, number 2, and number 3. Just leave it as, what it is. There's times where it makes sense to have a note. Like here, you're saying Godzilla has a girl face as part of the name. Like on the top of the screen, there was indeed a girl face. Like it looks like it. It looks like a sprite of a girl face. I don't know if that's what it is, but it really does look like it. So the note in this situation really helps understanding what the hell you meant by girl face here. But not on every, you don't need a note on every corruption. That's just like, there's not enough and there's too much. This is on the too much side. You might wanna only put notes whenever they're needed. Also, I wanna come back to the seizure moment. Don't joke about epilepsy. That's not funny. Don't. It's just flashing colors, and you know exactly what you're doing. Please don't do that. And to conclude this, I would say if you were thinking of continuing to improve this in order to have it submitted for a stream in the future, I would suggest that you purge all the non-essential stuff and only keep the best of the best. It's just a general suggestion. And I would also suggest that if you want to make more BizHawk corruptions, that maybe you would pair these Godzilla corruptions with other games. Like you could have a Godzilla moment and have other games going on in the stockpile. There's some solid stuff in there. When I say solid, I mean it's a fighting game on the NES. Like, you don't have much to work with, and I understand that. It's cool that you managed to pull something really cool like this. Like this is, I love this music corruption. It's great. So yeah, these are pretty much my tips for this one. Thank you again for submitting your improved version. I highly appreciate seeing improvement. And to other people who are making corruptions, submitting them, getting them reviewed, if you improve your stuff or just remake it for some reason, feel free to send it. I will review it. It's always a pleasure to give tips and tricks, and comments and criticism and whatever it takes to make the corruptions better and better as time goes on. So yeah, that's about it. Have a nice day.